Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, October 22nd, 2019. It is 2 months until my birthday. I'm keeping an eye on my audio with the webcam just because I've had issues, a few issues lately with its sync. And it seems to be VST host causing the issue. So, yeah, it's weird. When doing other recording for like YouTube videos of Autonauts, I've noticed occasionally the uh, the audio is a little bit off, which is strange. Now, fortunately, I record in such a way that I can fix it in the editing process, but it would not be nice for the entire live stream to have the audio of my voice being off from what I'm saying from the video. Anyway, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at OtakuShowboat, visit my website at otakushowboat.com, help support my continued existence on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat, and take part in my growing community on Discord, access to which is below this video. You can also support Pyanodon's Mon's development at patreon.com/Pyanodon. Today's question of the day is, do you play with biters on or off? I tend to play with biters off. I've made my opinions on biters very clear in that I think they're just a gimmick. They serve no real purpose going into the late game. They are boring. They are tedious, which is actually, I consider that to be worse than boring. They are tedious to deal with, especially with once you get to the point where it's like, okay, I have artillery and all this other stuff. It's like I just have to go. I have to remember to go and actually destroy all this stuff around me, and it's like there's no point. There's no point. You get to a certain point in your game where they become irrelevant, and and you'll spend most of the game at that point where biters are irrelevant. So while yeah, it's they are an okay mechanic until you get to that point, but after you get to that point, which is the majority of the game, of that map, the rest of your time on that map, they are irrelevant / tedious because you have to clear them out every time you want to expand. So it's like, I just choose not to play with them because A, I don't like having any time constraint whatsoever in my design process, and B, it ends up being tedious anyway. Thank you, Pyanodon. Yes, it is 90 days. 90 days today is the of this particular Pyanodon's run on this map. It is day 90. I can't believe it already. It's already been 90 days, almost to 200, almost to the first 100 days of this. Hopefully, today we will actually finish the Circuit 3s. In terms of the news, I have finally, after 93-hour streams, come up with an actual title for the series itself, and that is Pyanodon's Off the Rails. Pyanodon's Off the Rails, and because it's Pyanodon apostrophe S, we can mean this to be either to refer to the Pyanodon's mods set itself, or Pyanodon is off the rails. So you have the Pyanodon is off the rails, or Pyanodon is crazy, or you get the actual Pyanodon's possessive mod set is off the rails. So yeah, because we don't have rails in this base, and I don't plan on making rails in this base, but off the rails is a term that refers to, like, craziness, behaving against the norm. And I think that this base is definitely going against the intended norm by trying to get all of its resources through completely renewable means. Or yeah, definitely against the intended way of doing things. So, yeah, it has multiple meanings. This title for this series. So, yeah, finally a modicum of creativity when coming up with this title. It only took 90 days, 93-hour streams to think of that. Since when did I start this again? May. I started this series in May. It's already closing in at the end of October. So anyway, with that, the tutorial that will go up today is on rayon and batteries. So look forward to that later today. The next tutorial will be molybdenum. That will be Thursday's tutorial, the full molybdenum processing chain. And then after that, it's going to be a little bit like... There's going to be a few that are going to be like this, rayon plus batteries. A few that are just like two things together, just because it's easier that way. Some things are used for other things later, even though our goal right now is circuit 2s. The flow of this tutorial series is going towards circuit 2s. We are on track to circuit 2s at this point. So the next one after molybdenum is going to be rare earth processing. It's going to be rare earth processing, and then probably a general optical fiber, but it's going to be like a Kevlar and optical fiber. And in that tutorial will also be talk about aramid, because aramid's also part of all of that. So it's going to be like aramid, Kevlar, optical fiber in one video, sorta. And discussions like what's Kevlar used for, what's nylon used for. Nylon goes into Kevlar, so that all of that chain plus all of the coatings chain will be together in this general optical fiber. Now, it's important to have an optical fiber video because it's used beyond just the circuit 2s as well. So, yeah, lots of interesting choices I have to make in regards to what to cover when in here. That's actually like the big part. Hello, the gentleman's thoughts. I was just talking about what will be coming up next in terms of my tutorial series leading up into Circuit 2's. After today's rayon, it's molybdenum, then rare earth processing, then Kevlar / optical fiber, I guess / aramid, then etching solution will have its own video, as well as separately doped silicon, the various different types of silicon. I'll probably talk about heavy p-doped as well in there, just because it belongs with the rest of the silicon, even though it doesn't get used at circuit 2s, and I'll say that it's used in circuit 3s and beyond. So all of that good stuff, and then will be the circuit 2 chain. Where I'll talk about the final set of components going into circuit 2s. So that will be a thing. Maybe I'll do something dedicated to PCB 2s. Nah, I'll include all of that in the circuit 2s. So let's actually load up the game and actually work towards the goal for today, which is the circuit 3s. I am on track to finishing up circuit 3s, ideally during today's stream. I did a little bit of work off stream. I now have non-zero amounts of the mounted circuit substrate. So we are mounted. We have our mounted substrate, folks. It is done. I have also improved my boric acid a little bit. As it turns out, the problem there was just not enough lube. Oh, lots of things need updates. I'm not going to do those updates. I'm going to make a big note on my mod list here. I have finally gotten around to actually installing clock 17.7, but I did so while leaving 17.3 there. In case you didn't know, you can have multiple versions of mods installed at the same time, and the game allows you to pick which version you're actively using. So right now, the active version that I'm using is 17.3, because everything past 17.3 breaks existing save games. So new save games that I make, of course, I would like to use 17.7, but until this series ends, pretty much everything's going to be 17.3. I just wanted to get rid of it off this list of mod updates because it's been annoying. It's been annoying. Ever so slightly. So let's get to it. Today is Circuit 3s. Finishing off Circuit 3s. We began Circuit 3s last time. Worked through what was needed for them. Oh gosh, lots of things have happened in our little Circuit 3 block since last time. I guess the big thing, I brought boric acid over. I had noticed that the drilling fluid 1, which was what was blocking my borax ground boring, was not enough drilling fluid 1, was being bottlenecked by the copper ore in, which itself, the ground boring of that, was being blocked by insufficient amounts of lubricant. So what I've done is, well, I have lubricant up here that wasn't actually connected to anything else, so I brought this all the way down to the copper boring, and that has fixed a lot of the issues. I brought it down to the copper boring zone over here. So now this has sufficient copper, or sufficient lubricant. Now I have insufficient coal gas. So now our the bottleneck here is, just coal gas. But last I checked, I was absolutely now making enough of the copper ore, even without having a sufficient amount of coal gas to make all of it running 100% of the time. It's now a sufficient amount of copper ore to actually give me enough drilling fluid 1 to go through and do everything that I'm using for it. Yes, and you can absolutely have multiple versions of mods installed. That actually is, I believe, intended for mod development, so that it's easier for mod makers to iterate their mods and test between versions. That, I think, is one of the intended uses of being able to have multiple versions of mods installed and being able to pick which version of mods you want. But it also comes in handy in these situations where a mod updates and all previous saves using that mod are incompatible with that further version. So, yeah, all of that is great. Also, I have added a bit more production of our stuff here. Bit more of our stuff here, this boron product, going into the boron carbide. The name eludes me. Why can't I think of the stuff? The stuff for green science. The stuff for green science. That's used in boron carbide and all that other good stuff and things. So I did all that off screen with making the boron carbide. So that's actually brand new. I also think I fixed my zinc. I may or may not have fixed my zinc. It is now limited by filtration media in. Yeah, it's now limited by filtration media in to make additional zinc. Oddly enough, you need zinc for filtration media. So that's I'd rather that be the bottleneck. So this area here with the zinc overflow causes immense amount of pain and suffering if things get backed up. If things get backed up, if these boxes fill up, you have to manually kickstart it again. Generally speaking, because this zinc overflow, these pipes fill to 100 units, and it sort of backs up a loop here. So my solution to this is I now have a check valve to make sure that we vent anytime this back here, this check valve flow hits 100 units. If we hit 100 units, we will vent excess to make sure that this doesn't stop working, and only if it's exactly 100 units, which should only happen if we are backed up. Oh boy. Hello, infantrymen. Welcome to the stream. So I brought the boric acid in, I made steam. I decided to use my tar to make the tiny amounts of steam needed for this. I was like, you know what, let's just use a resource here that has a fuel value to make steam using an oil burner rather than have to bring in any physical items. It's like, I already have fluids here that I have available that have fuel value. Like, I have the tar, I have coal gas, I have refined syngas around here even. I even have kerosene. Actually, I should probably just route this kerosene over here and use that. That would be a little bit more efficient, maybe. I've even got gasoline down here that I could use, but this was in line, so... And you need, like, minuscule amounts here for the fiberglass, so... We're making fiberglass. And that was the last thing I needed to set up in order to actually start making the printed circuit substrate. Looks like I need to bring my nylon parts up on my network. So I've got mounted circuit substrate now. Yay. While I was at it, I also set up some sand into pure sand to feed into these NIC cores. I need to bring in hydrogen and methane for these. I am now making capacitor terminations, just attached to the liquid nitrogen here. My production of the heavy p-dope silicon is currently ever so slightly limited by the activated carbon. Speaking of activated carbon, that now exists here. Here is where it exists. I am making activated carbon right in here with this. And we have our boron trichloride, whatever the heck it's called, being made out here with productivity, with HCl, from a single thingy making HCl from Tholen-based chlorine, all that good stuff. I probably want to copy this a few times, just because I have the stuff in. Do you produce all your fluids at the same place and carry them in pipes all over the map, or produce them on-site? A little bit of both. A little bit of both is the ultimate answer to that question. Generally speaking, sometimes if the demand requires it, I will produce a lot more than what I need in a given area, and then pipe that excess where I need it. So things like lubricant is being made in several locations. It's a little bit that's done on site and a little bit that's done in excess. Like here, lubricant for grease, because grease is needed like in the processes near-ish by auto-saving. I didn't really have any other better place for the grease. Let's be completely honest here. I had aromatics up here, which is why I decided to put the lubricant for the grease here, because I had the aromatics. Now, I have changed these aromatics because, cough, cough, someone decided to remove the ability for this recipe to use productivity modules from the game. Cough, cough. So all of these machines were a little bit lacking. They could suddenly process things faster, so I had to shove more things in faster. That's what I needed to do. I needed to add a bunch of inserters as well as like secondary lanes in to help keep things fed, and they're still producing more than what I am consuming of it, so that's fine. What you should do with all the fluids? Yeah, fluids are going to be the like main pain point logistically. After you transfer to a bot-based base, my recommendation is always try to make things on site to avoid having to plan out highways of various lanes of the pipes. Always try to avoid doing pipe highways. You are right. I did the logistics for the methane already. It's just I'm waiting on the actual pipe to finish being built. Oh. Huh. Somehow this ended up with water. So I did this from the map view, and as it turns out, I goofed somewhere. Somewhere it got a water. And I don't know where. This all should have been methane. But now I'm apparently piping water. Ha! At the very beginning. Yep. Yeah, that would be a slight problem. That would be a slight problem. I can fix this. Don't worry. I can fix this. I just have to go down to here. Attach that. Hook that up and let it drain for me. Go faster, please. Because it should be disconnected. I think we can make this go even faster if I add a glorious pump. Huh? Oh. It's like, please fix the problem first. Alright, sure. Yeah, finish. Empty, empty, empty. And we're empty. And we are now methane. That is how you fix a contaminated pipe. Basically. I've had to do that several times. Several times. Thus far. Fixing my own mistakes with the contaminated pipes. Anyway, so that is that in on these Nick cores. I need hydrogen, which means I need some glorious electrolyzers. Bring me electrolyzers, thanks. I'll go ahead and do like a copy paste of this dude. There we go. That, yeah, that's definitely going to be enough. That's definitely going to be enough hydrogen for this. Next, that will be the Nick cores, by the way, and that will feed into, this. Right here. I've set up the PDMS graphene base out here, along the etching solution line. We are requesting the Nick cores and the PDMS, so that'll be the Nick cores. I need to get the sulfuric acid in. I am contemplating if I want to do this on site, because I need more sulfuric. Do I need more sulfuric for anything else in this? I don't... No, I don't. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. I am now doing the phosphate glass up here. I have routed in some Tholen-based acetylene. I decided I was going to make more Tholen-based acetylene, so brought that in, and now I have some beautiful phosphate glass. Things are progressing beautifully. I also have the boron carbide for this. I need to get copper coating onto my network for these guys, or just start making some locally. Similarly, I need to get ferrite being produced on the network. You need cermet. That's going to be a slight issue. A bottleneck, I should say. This can be made now, basically. This could otherwise be made now. Well, duh, it's microchips. And as soon as I get these cores going from the copper coating, and I have everything else now on the network, I can get that going. Just like I can probably... As soon as I get the alloy here. So this will need the heavy oil brought in. So I need to get heavy oil. Heavy oil and figuring out the sulfuric acid. Now, because this is a very tiny amount of sulfuric acid that this needs, 20 per second. 20 per second. Yeah, I think we will be okay. Like so. That is not the thing I wanted. And as much as I don't want to have robots flying in iron and sulfur, I've just casually got like 126,500 units of sulfur. at 143,000 iron plates on my logistic network. You know, just a little bit of that sulfur, just a little bit. Nylon parts need to be brought up. I've got a chest already full of the rare earth, but it's and I've got cermets going. Okay, I need to get the cermets actually going up. Cermets, by the way, will be the reason why I have to start doing the drilling fluid 3 sooner rather than later. Just because I need molybdenum ore for that, and molybdenum is drilling fluid 3. Drilling fluid 3 and gasoline. Well, fortunately, I've got metric F-tons of gasoline. So that will be fine. How much of the microchips? I don't want to leach anything off of here for the microchips or for the ferrite, even though I know I have lots and lots and lots of ferrite here. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy these machines, and I'm going to make these more locally. Stick it down there. Give me all of the things. When you copy and paste requester chests, it will copy the actual logistic requests in them, which is why it's always better to set it up the once and then paste down the rest. I mean, I guess you could also just shift right click and then left click on the others to paste away. So yeah, 3 of these, even with productivity modules. That's still lots of stuff. Good thing I have lots of iron oxide. Good thing I have nichrome and zinc, but anyway, yeah. Ferrite. Glorious ferrite. Glorious ferrite. Hey, we got nick cores. We got the nick cores. Now, the PDMS is going to require hydrogen chloride and dimethyl dichlorosilane, which is also going to be grade 4 copper and silicon and methanol and more hydrogen chloride. Now, the amounts that we actually need of this are really tiny. Actually, you are 1 per second. I would prefer having productivity modules, but the way that you work out probably... you know what? Sure, we'll do 2 of these buildings. Productivity. Just want to figure out how much of the hydrogen chloride I need here in total. So 14 over 1.51, that's 9.3. And then 28 over 1.51 is 1854. Oh my, that's a few of these buildings. That's, 8 of these buildings with the productivity modules installed. Yeah, that's a bit. So let's just say 32 chloromethane. Oh boy. 58.66. Or let's just say about 58 and 2/3-ish, just for simplicity, is the amount of the hydrogen chloride that I need. Where am I going to put all this? Oh boy, that's a good question. That is a real good question. I need 8 of those, and then these 2, plus water and the hydrogen chloride setup. Now, fortunately, that's not as bad. I think each of these machines for the hydrogen chloride produces 25 units, consumes 25 chlorine and hydrogen to make 25 hydrogen chloride. So if I need 58, that means I need 3 of these. 3 of these. Now, I happen to have wherever my thingy 2s are, right up here. I happen to have a setup here of 3 that I can use. The issue here is sort of need the chlorine in, which to feed 3 of these, enough chlorine, well, 58 chlorine in. Yeah, that's gonna be like double this. So, space. This is what's going to use a lot more of the space, probably the majority of the space here. So yeah, 3. Due to the lamps now being returned half the time, since they are now returned half the time, the ability to use productivity modules was taken away for this recipe. I will gladly accept that. It was, like, my suggestion for the 50%. Although I've seen previous people on the forum suggest it returning the lamp before. I was just voicing my agreement with that thought and saying it maybe 50% of the time would be a lot more ideal. And that just cuts down on the ultimate cost in copper, glass, and iron for making your hydrogen chloride. So, let's see here. So that's going to be 58 and 2/3. So that'll be 6 of these, which is 20 of these. Now, chances are I am not going to be able to really do this on-site. I don't really have enough room to add another 20 of these, plus 6 of these, in that 2x2, so I'll have to bring it from here. Now, I happen to have a fair bit of excess. It's like, I do have tholins. I have a few tholins. I have a few, over 900 per second of the tholins, and when I do get Mark III items, this is definitely going to be on the agenda of things to upgrade to Mark III and IV is all the Tholen stuff. All the Tholen's stuffs are definitely going to be upgraded. Now, I should have lines of this stuff already all about the place. So I just have to find where I have these lines. That's actually somewhat convenient. Yeah, you get to now be run up. I might want to go sideways and then hook it up with the rest of the stuff. This just basically hooks it up onto the main line. That's not nice. then back here, right there. That will give me the chlorine that I'll need. It's just a relatively simple matter of then hooking this up. And getting... I know I just had requested these. Yep. So now we have two things that actually need hydrogen. We have this that's producing 75. I'm using 23, but... What is 75 minus 24, let's say? That's not quite enough. That's not quite enough, so I think either way I'm going to need another one of those. Another thingy. Hello! The game is so much better now, also more difficult. Yeah, ideally, it should be a lot better after having all of these updates that have happened to the mod set over these past few months than it used to be, in particular, as well as just being straight up flat better than vanilla to begin with. The Pi Suite is largely considered to be the most difficult of all of the mods, mod packages. Overhauls. Most difficult of the overhauls. Considered by many. I don't know exactly if that's necessarily true at this point in time, though. I think so. Pretty sure this has everything else beat, including the new releases of, like, Industrial Revolution and all of that. Did you use RSO when creating the map? Yes. I did use RSO. /m using RSO. And it gave me a god tier map of stuff. I had literally every resource in relatively close distances. Pyanodon was hating this map. Hating this map because I had absolutely everything in at least reasonable amounts to get to the point where I now am transitioning to just, you know, ignoring all of the resources on the map. Like, I don't even care that this is getting tapped out on this iron anymore, because I'm no longer getting my primary sources of iron plates from mining. I'm getting all of my... Like, that's part of this goal. That's why we are now called Pyanodons Off the Rails, is, A, 0 trains on this map. No units of rails have been built in this entire playthrough thus far, and we're about to get to Circuit 3s. And B, it's a little bit crazy because we are going against the grain, breaking the norms, trying to get everything from completely renewable resources that we can get through completely renewable resources, which, by the way, is everything except for rare earth oxide. And in this case, very much likely except for phosphate rocks, because that's simply too much to do reasonably. The renewable method of phosphate rocks is this phosphoric acid recipe, and this is collagen 1-to-1 to phosphate rocks. Only viable if using tier 3 productivity modules. A. B. Still very expensive even with tier 3 productivity modules, because collagen is just massive amounts of space and power. So maybe in this very late stages of the game, once I do have massive amounts of beacons and level 3 modules across the board, speed and productivity, that would massively help to keep the space usage down, because this is massive space. Massive space. Massive, massive, massive space. Exactly. That's exactly what Pyanodon wanted. He wanted to have resources that weren't available, that would force you to do these inefficient methods, alternative methods, to obtain them. If only he knew what the plans were going forward. Alright, so that is the HCl, so now we can start getting these methanols going. Now, if you're confused here with everything that I'm doing, I'm sort of like doing various different parts of this chain all together. Like, I'm mixing various steps along the chain. I actually need a gap. And we need 8 of these? Yeah, we need 8 of these. Oh boy. Eight of these with productivity modules. Oh good, I actually remembered to copy with the productivity modules. You go there and there, do that, 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 that. There's your HCl, just add methanol. Methanol is nearby. Somewhere. Methanol, methanol, wherefore art thou, methanol? Wherefore is the methanol? Oh, hey, there's the heavy oil. Oh, hey, I found the heavy oil. I found my heavy oil. Oh. So that's pretty nice. Let's bring that oil over. That oil over. Yeah, right about there is fine. That'll be for the rare earth stuff. Now, methanol. Wherefore is that line of methanol? Right here. Right here on that methanol. I sort of want to bring it from above over this way and then down. Yeah, that will work if I bring it this way by the kerosene. Yeah. We shall do exactly that. So sad there's no, like, smart ghost placement of the pipe, as you can see right there. I wish they did that, like the, like with normal placement of the poles. Sadly, it doesn't do that with, Ghosts of Poles either. Like, if you do poles, it doesn't do like the max distance shenaniganry, which is also unfortunate. You're 30 hours in, so maybe we'll restart the map with RSO. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you could just spawn in whatever ores you're missing through commands. That is an option. Oh, that's actually fine. Not actually fine. Do this and that. Now, RSO will help prevent having all of those patches that are just like grouped up and like overlapping of stuff. It will also tend to make sure that you have everything. It will try to make sure that you have all of the resources within a certain distance from you. You can occasionally get screwed with chromium, having it be very far away because I don't think it's been updated yet, so that chromium is in your starting zone. Cough, cough. Pyanodon. Cough, cough. Chromium should be in the start zone, and then things like the ancient remains. No, those should be in the start zone. Everything up through... Well, everything through green science should be in the start zone. So maybe not have ancient remains, not have rare earth ore in the start zone. Those two things should not be in the start zone, but chromium ore should be. Chromium ore absolutely should be. I don't know. I tend not to use the starting borax either, even though you do need it. There tends to be borax spawned close enough to not have to worry about it, but yeah, like keep the salt, the starting salt, keep the other things, get rid of the phosphate, get rid of the rare earth, and add like a small chromium would be my suggestion. How many things have we killed? We have killed 94 passive provider chests. Yeah, I killed them with bullets. Most of the other things have died from, Oh, I apparently have accidentally killed 3 of my construction bots. Uh-oh. With bullets. Yeah, and 2 of my Mark 1s. A lot of this other stuff, though, is, casualties of cars. Casualties of car. Anyway, once the pipes get built, we will officially have this stuffs. This stuffs. The unfortunate part of RSO is that you don't have the ability to actually preview the spawns. So, sadly, the map preview with RSO, I don't really understand why that has to happen, but it doesn't display on the map preview before you start the game any of the resources on the map. It just shows you what the map looks like. It shows you, I think, the trees, but it doesn't actually show you the ores. Like, really? Why? I think that's something with 0.17 that happened, and they just never bothered trying to make that happen. So I need 8 FB reactors with productivity modules now. Let's try to find a way to fit all this. Oh, that does not change on rotation. Okay. Good to know. Fine. Is this actually going to work? I think that's actually how you do this. I think that's how I'm going to do this. It looks a little weird, but that works just fine. And then I can just do that, 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 that. Voila. Then you need inputs. Lots of them. I think you specifically designed these FB reactors to be a logistical nightmare for pipes, Pyanodon. I think you specifically did this just to make the pipe logistics awful and messy. I'm pretty sure that that's intentional. So, there's the dimethyl dichlorosilane. I need to, of course, power all of this. It's moving. It's moving! Yay. You're proud. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's those. Of course, they need the actual copper grade 4, but it does look like we are delivering copper grade 4, so it seems I have it to deliver. Good. Good. What did I need this for again? Good question. I've forgotten. These. Yes, PDMS. Mine. Thank you. Piddums. Piddums. Oh. Aww. One tile. Just one tile. That's all I need. I just need one tile. Actually, I need more than one tile. Uh, fine. Didn't want to do this way, but anyway. It works. Oh, apparently I cut rather than copied. Okay, you down here. Oop, that's not gonna work. One more. Ta-da! And power. Yes, the gentleman's thoughts. Pi Alien Life is Pi AL, and that is going to be the new set of expanded content for Pyanodon's mods, with the focus of being able to make more things infinitely through biotic resources at the cost of a lot of space and power. You'll be able to actually breed creatures. A whole bunch of new creatures and plants will be available, and fungi will be available to grow and do wonderful, beautiful things. You'll also be breeding creatures and all that good stuff. So, yeah, you get to do animal husbandry, which, by the way, I think one of those icons you previewed is totally animal husbandry. Just saying. There is a thread on the Pyanodon section of the forums that has alien life information, as well as if you are a patron of Pyanodon on Patreon, you will get a whole bunch of the latest info about Pi alien life and all that good stuff. So we now have PDMS graphene base. Let's actually, have a box to shove it in. PDMS graphene base. Oh boy. That is the last thing we need to go into this stuff, the graphene sheets. That will then go into the graphene rolls. Now, where is my line of boric acid? Because that would be the ideal spot to place this. It's right over here. Just somewhere in line with this boric acid. Of course, don't be like me, and actually don't pipe boric acid. Don't be like me and pipe boric acid. It's always more efficient to pipe diborane gas than to pipe boric acid. It will always be more efficient to do it that way. Wow, 0.26 into 1.13. Interesting. No, don't even barrel it. Don't even barrel it. It's a 5x density difference between diborane and the boric acid. It's a 5x difference. Yeah, should be called Otaku. No, it's called Xenomorph. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. For reference. Just for reference. Alright, so the next thing is the actual graphene rolls. These are used in a few steps along the way here. Biofilm plus graphene sheets. Plus phosphoric acid. Yet another thing to bring in. Pretty sure I don't want this living up there. I want this living over here. Oh hey, it's the line of the upgraded bots. My upgraded bots, ever so slowly, we're getting our Mark IIs brought in. AL is not out now. AL is not going to be available until probably the new year. I think the goal is to at least get it into testing before the end of the year and then have it released soon thereafter. Any-hoozle. Do the Mahusive requests. That is a lot of copper. That is... oh. A lot of copper. Hi! Hello, my Logibots. Nice to meet all of you. Literally all of you. Yeah. Literally all of the Logibots. Bringing in the stuffs. Hey, there's our graphene sheets. The biofilm will take travel time, lots of travel time to get over here, so I am comfortable with bringing that. Now, the phosphoric acid. What the hell am I going to do with the phosphoric acid? Do I even have it, like, routed all the way up the bus yet? I think I actually have to go get it. In the alternative, I do have phosphate rocks up here that I have brought up here. So I could just set up something local. But that's going to be wood, pole, and all that good stuff. We're not even producing enough phosphoric acid right now. Wait a minute. Oh, I got rid of this. Phosphine. That means you are blocked / not constantly moving. Huh? Oh. I guess I am just limited. Alright. I guess I'm in some sort of an equilibrium on my phosphoric acid production / consumption. Oh. Yeah, you are full, and you are a pump. That would probably explain why we are sort of stuck and not moving here. So we've got some extra stuff going on. I just need to find which of my lines here. There's the phosphoric. It is the one next to the pulp one and oxygen. Did that change? Pulp one, water and oxygen. So this line here. I'm just gonna mark that so that I can go down and start building. Alright, let's get some landfill in the inventory. A little bit. Not that much. Not that much would be ideal. Clear out some of these spaces. Oh yeah, by the way, when I set up that little thing with the check valve, I actually had to start automating the production of check valves. So, that was done off screen. I now have all of the check valves being made. Lots of them. Aw, I'm out of coffee! Need more. Need more. One of these days I'm actually gonna hook up my coffee pot, like, somewhere accessible around here and actually do decantered coffee again. Stop using a, Keurig 3 times a day. Those Keurigs are convenient, but they're very watered down. It's a lot better to use the drip pots if you're drinking more than just the 1 cup. Hey, my swarm. Hi. Thank you for all of the beautiful, beautiful landfill. Thank you so much for the landfill. Now, while I'm out and about here doing this pipe work over here, right here, this is the line to draw. Oh no, I'm not gonna do espresso. Not even gonna think about that. Coffee is fine for me. Black dark roast coffee is fine for me. Granted, I don't have any dark roast right now. I'm very sad. It's always sad when I don't have dark roast. Just standard Folgers in its gigantic containers. The biggest type of container you can buy. Boink. Ta-da. Now, once I get to the nylon parts, where are those? Where do those terminate? All the way down here, so let's try to keep an eye on the nylon parts. Place the things, thank you. The boring logistics part. But, oh, there's the nylon parts. There's those nylon parts. This is why I needed, much of this landfill. So that I can get these nylon parts brought up so that I can have them on my network, because I need it to keep the, mounted circuit substrate production going. I apparently have a lane for silicon there that's just hanging out, doing absolutely nothing, and I know that I'm making silicon on my network, too. Oh, and there's the titanium tetrachloride as well, that's just sitting and doing nothing. Alright, what lane is this? 2. Lane 2. Yeah. Oh, my inventory is going to fill up full of crap because of this. One too many. That has to jump. That has to jump. See silicon right there. Science is stopped. Science is like snail. Science is snail paced right now. Because of my Circuit 2 production. Science is just snail paced. Don't worry about that. And this is like 300 units. It requires a lot, like the most of everything thus far that I've tried to research. It's slowly moving as the robots bring in the beautiful stuff. Now, I am going to have to continue to go back up to get this actually on the network. Oh, hi. That's stuffs. Sermits. Oh yeah, speaking of sermits, I need to do a thing to the sermits that will actually have the effect of slowing down my circuits even more. Oh joy. Oh joy, oh bliss. So doing that right there is going to slow my production of Circuit 2s, but I need the sermits for Circuit 3s, so like yeah, this is why one of the next things that I'm going to do is make more sermit. But before that I have to get more molybdenum ore. Oh good, all that stuff there. Could you do your jobs and like take the things from my inventory? That would be great. That would be fantastic if you would, you know, take all of the stuff from my inventory. Yeah. Also, can I just say that the Mark III, the high-tech bots, are like so incredibly fast by the time you get them. Like if you have all the technologies, even without like iterating on the infinite techs, they move really fast. They move really fast. Just gonna throw that out there. Really fast. You're gonna see a little bit of that on my little rayon tutorial that goes live today. I do have a build of like, let's see, where is it? It's this right here. So I took this blueprint to produce the urea and the raw fiber to show it off on that rayon tutorial, because this feeds rayon. And I put in the high-tech bots to do the internal stuff that is part of that. And yeah, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious seeing the robots moving at like 200 kilometers an hour. After resetting my techs, initially they were over 500 kilometers per hour. So that was also pretty hilarious, seeing them instantly move from place to place. But that was with like the Infinity mod that you can choose to like unlock all the techs and stuff. So yeah, that was fun. Seeing them move really, really fast. It's like, ooh, I have that to look forward to. Now to continue building this pipeline. Nanobots, Do your thing, thank y'all. Do the thing. We're free! Hey, we did it! We did it! Phosphoric! Now, to actually route it to the area where I'm making the circuit 3s, that's going to be even more fun. Quote-unquote fun. I guess I could just barrel. Barrel and have the robots bring it over and then unbarrel, but eh. I really don't feel like setting up barrel production. Because that's a whole nother can of worms. Setting up the barrel logistics. Oh gosh. I have enough of that when doing Angels, let alone any other time. At least with Angels, you get a specific building to do barreling. Oh boy, that's not nice. Alright. I guess you're going this way. Ooh boy. Hello, Melamine. Glorious Melamine production. Melamine and all of the urea. 60 per second on the urea there. Alright, let's bring this up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to jump through that. What is the line to draw? The line to draw is here. This is the line to draw. In fact, I have a better idea. How wide am I? Yes, I'm good. This. That's the line to draw. This is also a line to draw. So, Constructobots are going to be a little bit busy for a little while. Just a little bit busy. Just a little bit busy. Doing a line of aluminium tiles. My roads. My rows of tiles. This gets the, oh, hi. Hello, stuffs. Yes, use all of my nanobots, please. Gotta go all the way out here, huh? Ooh. Bleh. Fine. Go up. I know, Pyanodon. That's the point. Those are burning. So these are burning the excess tar from this. This is power here. It's just burning the excess tar. So it's not supposed to be operating 100% of the time. It's just a experiment that I had done a long time ago. I should be doing it on a lot more things. A lot more of those little 1x1s. But, yeah. It's just, I'm not. Hello, kitty. Hello, Michael. Yeah. You just got my clothes wet. Thanks. Let's see. How's this line look? Fair enough. That's not gonna be good. Nor is that line gonna be good, so we're going to have to go and do some interesting shenaniganry here. Hello, Constructobot Mark IIs. Glorious Constructobot Mark IIs. Doing their job. Hello, Cole. What, you're just sitting and looking. Sitting and looking. That's what you're doing. I'm running phosphoric acid pipe to my circuit 3 production line. That's all I'm doing right now. Wow, did I actually plan this out decently? I think I did. Maybe. Didn't even know that there was a, Hi! Hello again. You have missed absolutely nothing. I have just been running a pipe the entire time. A pipe of phosphoric acid from my bus. And I guess getting the nylon parts on my network by taking care of that I needed to take care of. Oh boy, that's lots of guar. Lots of guar to go through here. Alright. There's the phosphoric. Where exactly do I need it? It's not the thing I need. This. Right there. Hello, phosphoric. Hey. There's graphene rolls. Huzzah. We now have graphene rolls. Let's not forget to kill the tailings. Kill all the tailings. All tailings must die. Yeah, that's that. I need heavy oil. I need the heaviest of the oil. It must come over to this generalized location next, so that I can make this stuff. The rare earth tin alloys. That would be wonderful to be able to actually make some rare earth tin alloy. Give me lots of that, and lots of that. At least I know I have it. Doink. Is 0.38 going to be enough? It better be enough. It had better be enough. Okay, I think I saw the heavy oil somewhere here? Was it further down? Here. Hello, heavy oil. Welcome, heavy oil. You... I need you up there. Oh, hi. You are extending all the way out to here already. But you don't go... What? Why did I run heavy oil all the way out here already? Hmm? I mean, I'll take it. Is this... line free, I guess. We can run it in parallel to my other pipes here. Ah. See, I can just do this now. And that will be that. Heavy oil. I'll just go and walk down and actually let the pipes be built. There we go. So that will be the rare earth iron alloys. We're almost there. By the way, I have no idea what I'm going to do for the entirety of the remainder of the stream, because we're almost there. It's almost done. Almost done. Yeah, just add rare earth, which, yeah, hello, rare earth tin alloys. Good. Very, very good. That's making stuff. Yeah, it would help if you had a, thing to actually deposit in. So, graphene rolls. Welcome, graphene rolls. Non-zero graphene rolls. Those actually get used a fair bit beyond this, so definitely a thing that I would need to scale going forward. Now, I need to get these on my network, unless I want to make them locally for some reason. Can I? Can I do that? That would be zinc acetate. That would be a hell of a flight to do that. With those. Oh, but I don't need those. I need, these, which... Sure, I could make these. And these, which is phosphine, which I don't have nearby. Yeah, I don't really have the phosphine for the light endope, so I will have to put all those on the network, so that is a bit of logistics work that needs to get done. I also need to get the copper coating on the network. Otherwise, I need to bring industrial solvent over. Yet another thing. Yet another thing. I think it is a good time to take a short break. We have the rare earth tin alloys, we have the graphene rolls all set up, we've got much of the logistics work done, the PDMS is being made, it's glorious. It's all so glorious. So what is left is processor cores, as well as the high flux cores, which needs magnetic cores, which is all of these buildings here, which I should have everything for these coming to the network. Now, cladded cores and Kevlar I don't think are on my network either, so I would need to go through and actually stick all these component parts of the optical fiber on the network, but I will do that when we return from the break. I now have everything here that I need for the diode cores, for the SMD diodes, so I could set those up basically immediately. once we get the high flux cores, we'll have everything for the inductor 3s. Once we get the processor cores, we'll have basically everything for these, just have to bring the industrial solvent in. These I can make now. These, I need the thingies on the network. Oh, even the P-dope silicon, so I need to get all of the silicon stuff on the network. Or just put microchips in excess on the network. And, yeah, these I could just make, like, now-ish. Just have to get the copper coating on the network. And then we have it, like, all the things. We have, like, all the things. So, with that, I will be taking a brief break. I will be back in about 3-ish minutes. So I will see you all soon. And I have returned from my break. What is going on with the mic here? I don't know, but it should be fixed now. Anyway. So, now that we have returned, it's time to set up these final bits and bobs. The final bits and bobs. It's actually quite a few, quote, final bits and bobs, but anyway. So, I have 2 of these to get enough processor cores for the 2 machines making processors. And then it's, lots of stuff and things for you. Niobium iron alloy, that's on the network. Magnetic cores, graphene rolls, liquid nitrogen. This is also liquid nitrogen. So they need to be brought into the line. Oh. Why did I have to put you there? Why did I have to put this here? So they can be brought into the line, like, here. Cough. Let's get the positionings of things sorted. Cut, not copy. Fine. Oh, I need more. I need more productivity modules. Must have more productivity modules. Alright, that will be that. I have all those things. You. There. There. Power. Power. Request. Request. Request all the things. All of them. You request all the things. I have the graphene rolls. I should have the alloys. Wait. Niobium iron. Why are you not delivering niobium iron? Complex. Complex. Why no complex? Why you no complex? Why you no organic solvent? What? What? No organic solvent? How is that a thing? What happened to my organic solvent? Did I break it? Somehow? Organic solvent. This is one of those things that should be brought all the way up the bus, too, so... Huh? I mean, it's an easy enough fix, it's just more... stuff to have to deal with. Yeah, this organic solvent should be all... What? You're not brought all the way up. You are not brought all the way up. Okay. You're brought to Kevlar. Well, I have a mission then. I have a bit of a mission. How you doing on the organic solvent front? You're doing just fine. You get to, be a hero. Well, the ultimate mission now, actually, is to start getting the various other pieces that I'm producing onto my logistic network. So we're going to go ahead and go do that. I need various different types of coatings and cores and silicons all brought onto the network. And actually, I need to go down. And I need to route, apparently, some extra beautiful organic solvent so I can actually start making more of my niobium complex. Because somehow, something or other has broken with my other production of the organic solvent. And since I have tons of organic solvent, could you, build the stuff? Thank you, nanobots. You need to do your job a lot more. We'll get around to doing those diamonds. We'll get around to doing those diamonds at some point in future. I see all those kimberlite pipes and I'm like, ooh, I totally need to do diamonds at some point. I totally need to do diamonds. The actual way. Auto-saving! Ooh, 269. We are at 269. Oh boy. Oh joy, oh bliss. 269. So where was that organic solvent again? Where was that organic solvent? Down here at Kevlar? All the way down at the actual Kevlar? Or something? How far down was that? I don't know. Kevlar? Here? So, yeah, I can just go down and then over. This will be fine. Everything will be a-okay. Just lots of logistics. Lots and lots of logistics work today just to finish this off. I wish I could have done most of this off-screen. I did do a fair bit off-screen to get through the mounted circuit substrates, but... gosh, I've been a little busy doing recording of content lately. I've been a little busy recording content lately. Specifically, I've been a little busy recording Autonauts through the first... I'm up to the first 10 episodes now are recorded, even though part 4 went up today. I just wanted to make sure that I had the recordings to last through the week in case I wouldn't be able to record outside of Sunday. So, Sunday afternoon was all 100% just Autonauts recording. And then, of course, yesterday, Monday, was I had to record the tutorial series, and I recorded another part to Autonauts immediately afterwards. And then that afternoon was just getting to this point on the playthrough that evening, I should say. Alright, I've gone down a fair distance already. How much further down do I need to go? Up a fair bit more. Here. Going... Oh, that's like the middle of water. That's like the middle of water. Alright, we're going to start making our way to the left now. But otherwise, it's been going just fine. Things are going fine. Why can I not? Why you no squeak? I must squeak through my rocks. Must squeak through these rocks. Do I like Audinauts so far? I do. I really am enjoying Audinauts thus far. I have, of course, all the way up through episode 4 posted on the YouTube page right now. So that is definitely something. And I just said I've recorded the first 10 episodes of it. So yeah, that definitely speaks to what my thoughts are about the game, I think. Thus far, I have been enjoying it. It is a different experience, for sure. Focuses a lot more on programming and the logic of programming, which yeah, I very much do enjoy that style. Ah, we have arrived, ish. Here. Yeah, so I don't remember exactly where exactly I was at part 4. I'm pretty sure part 5 is like the first WOV. Our first research isn't until part 5. Something along those lines. Because I set up a very solid foundation for producing wood. Well, not producing wood, but gathering wood sustainably and getting all the processing of the wood and all that good stuff. So everything that you could possibly do before really getting into producing science is what I had set up, and then started producing science, and then by part 10 now, we've got our first tier 2 colonists with the next level of the research production. So yeah, that's how things have been going. Now this goes all the way up the bus to the network. Don't know if I need these on the network, but sure, we'll go with it. Basically everything is now going to end up on the network, pretty much. Every step along the way. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Hey, it's copper coating, folks. It's copper coating, it's Kevlar. I'm not going to store a ton of this stuff. Yeah, I very much focus on the logistics, or the logic of the programming on the Audinauts playthrough. I do believe that I also will need some of these beautiful things. I know I can use like a loader, but whatevs. These are the glass cores. I think I also saw that I needed the cladded cores. So, same thing, just grabbing the cladded cores here from the end, making all of that available. Just something simple. The nylon does extend all the way onto the network, so I don't need to worry about the nylon. Hello, kitty, you have returned. Kitty has returned, ideally having after eaten. Delivery time. So, next is to get those various types of wafers, my doped wafers, onto the network. Yes, all the doped wafers. Now, preferably, these will be a little bit different because these will... Oh. That's how I did it, huh? These I will just do loading. Prefer left, prefer right. And there we go. They are now available and on the network, so we should be fine now. I hope. I hope. Now, I could do the same with the microchips and not even bother trying to make them locally. It's tempting. It's tempting. My limiting factor on the current production of the Circuit 2s is what now? Apparently the Cermet to the resistors, which is exactly what I knew it was going to happen. Like, I knew that that was going to happen by making that one little priority change on a splitter. So, because of that... Yeah, because of that, I'm just going to do same thing here. Prioritize left. No, that's transistors. That's not microchips. But I guess I'll do the same. I'll do that with the transistors too. That's the microchips. That's the one I need. Get all of that onto the network. I hate that it's going to be, like, massive flight times, because they have to fly here to here, basically. Just this distance from here up to here. Anyway. Why are you not 0? You should be 0. Robots, do your job. Robots need to do their job. You know what? Because they're not doing their job right now. Cough. Make me some beautiful productivity modules. I need them. Cermet is a pain. Yes, Cermet is very much a pain. Cermet will continue to be a pain until I actually set up proper Cermet production. I do not know what Enable Custom PyMod's resource generator does. Because I use the stuff. RSO. I use RSO. So I wouldn't know. I have built a highway. I have built a road. I may as well use my road. Really? That's a new one. What? What is the matter here? We've got... Alright, well, this has the sand. That apparently isn't requesting the right thing. I need to take care of that. That's like emergency situation. The like flashing lights, danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger type situation. I need to make sure that I am constantly producing drilling fluid 2s. Right up there. Let's head on over. See what the heck is this problem with the ethylene glycol. Why did you choke? For what reason have I stopped producing ethylene glycol? Has that changed? Did that recipe happen to change? I didn't notice. I don't think it changed. Anyway. Yeah. So, why are you... So these are fine. Chlorethanol. Oh, what? What? Boom. Get the pure sand. Apparently I don't have this connected here. So that would help. You know, that would help. Actually having this connected to the one next to it, but also, you know, having actual pure sand coming in. Blah, 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 blah. Pure sand. I need to make some pure sand. Let's see. For reference, I have a blueprint book now that is available on my Discord, from my Discord, with a few of my handy blueprints. Where am I going to put this? Here. You can do !Discord for the invite link if watching live. Otherwise, the link will be below the video in the YouTube VOD description. Last I checked, besides myself, there were 2 whole other people. One of which was my second Patreon sub ever. So yeah, that's a thing. And if you are a subscriber on Patreon, you get a mostly cosmetic Discord role. Yay. You get to look a little different on the Discord for being a Patreon patron. Oh yeah, I totally had requested a bunch of things, a bunch of washers. Speaking of which, this is actually enough for 6 of these. Of the pure sand. Pure sand. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 6 washers to make 24 pure sand per second. I'm gonna cut that and paste it over yonder. No, I'm not gonna place those there. Oops. Okay. Ever so slight issue. No! Oh, boy. Alright, you need to move. As do you. I don't have blue. I don't have super alloy yet. That's how I will do it. You are not facing the correct direction. Whoops. Okay. That just needs the addition of lots of water. Now, why am I taking the time to do this right now? Because it's important that I continue to have that ethylene glycol production, and I'm trying to save on the robot usage here as much as I can. Let's get, of course I never have the sinkholes that I need. Never, ever, ever. 240, that's 4, actually, not 8. That's 4 standard sinkholes. Alright, now how am I going to get this to here? Well, this is the way. Power would be nice as well. There There we go. Pure sand. Heading on down. Now this is 5 per second each, so I'm making just a little bit more than what I need. Just a smidge. Please. Dang it. Alright, fine. There. Pure sand ho. Do the stuff. Make the things. Keep on trucking with my beautiful drilling fluid too. And make sure that it backs up. That was ever so slightly annoying, having to detour and take that time. But it was necessary. That is, production of drilling fluids is priority 1 most important thing to maintain. Over all else, that needs to keep moving, so if I see that it's for some reason not moving, it needs to be fixed immediately. No exceptions, must be fixed immediately. That is my primary resource production, is via drilling fluids. It's like, that is resources. That is my base, basically. Alright, go up. Follow my roads. My beautiful roads. Okay. Next. On the agenda. Power is the most important. Yeah, that's like priority 0. Like one step even higher. Because yes, I'm thinking in terms of counting starting from 0. Because of course I am. Hey, I've got diode cores. That's a thing. Now, theoretically, I have literally all of this now. Theoretically, I have literally all of this, so let's just find a spot. Little spot, probably right here. This works just fine. Definitely increase the requested amounts of stuffs. What? Probably just don't have that on the network. Let me take care of that. Because I know I have NAND matrix being produced, it's likely just being direct fed. One of these. One of these? Oh. It is being produced, it's just, it's missing the NAND matrix. Okay, why am I not making any NAND matrix? Or the thingy, yeah. Anyway. That stuff is being made in my purple science. Where even is my purple science? Again, the purple science here. That's not it. You don't see tin in those boxes. I don't see the blue Nenbit stuff in these boxes. These use the blue stuff. This. Nextlit matrix. Nenbit matrix is niobium titanium alloy. There's no tin in this. There's no tin here. It's Nextlit matrix. How do I have all of the icons on the minimap? Hit F4. Scroll down to show recipe icons on map. Just hit F4 to enable the debug settings menu and go scroll down to show recipe icons on map. Also, I would suggest show debug info on tooltips as well as show FPS to get your UPS and FPS meters enabled. That is vanilla behavior. Where are my... Here. Here. Why are you not moving? Epoxy, Nextlit, boric acid, vacuum. Treated wood. I'm not even requesting treated wood there. Oh my goodness, where... Okay. Alright. Okay. Sure. We need to move south and take the road. I mean, I was over, like, 1,200... I was over 1,300 hours into the game before I actually looked through that whole list at everything that was in that list and found it. Found that setting after over 1,300 hours. We are now closing in on 1,400 hours playing Factorio, and yeah, only just recently. Pi updated that recipe. Yeah, figures. Oh, you know what it was? Is because someone complained that there was some replacing of this in the code of treated wood to phenolic boards if you were supposed to have one of the mod things installed. There was... I guess it... When it was put in there, it sort of broke. So I guess he just fixed something that was supposed to be there, but that wasn't. It's no longer epoxy. It's no longer epoxy, it's treated wood. So that's a thing. That actually makes this easier. Just saying, Pyanodon, you actually made this easier. Yes, much cheap. Much cheap. Thank you so much. Wow, that says 10 viewers? Holy crap. That's not a number I see very often. Hi. Hello, and welcome. We are about finishing with Circuit 3s. I have like 40 more minutes in the stream with which to finish Circuit 3s. Yes, must have been drunk to replace epoxy with treated wood. Like, excuse me? Okay. Sure. That's just, you know, the reason why I'm not producing any more purple science? You know, it's Pyanodon mentioned, like, questioned. In this stream, there was a question from Pyanodon about the science not moving. Someone pointed out the science not moving, and I was like, no, it's just really slow. Actually, it was broken. Because that, right there, that exact thing. Up from here. Because that specific component changed, it broke my purple science production. So yeah, that's interesting. I'll take it. Gladly. I will gladly accept that. But, that ideally will mean that we shall start getting this Nenbit matrix produced again. We've got this stuff, coil cores. That much is for certain. Now, all of that was for something. All of that was for something. Yes, something. High flux cores, I think. Ooh, thank you so much, the Gentleman's Thoughts, for the $10 tip. Thanks for all the help. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Let's see. Magnetic cores will happen once that Nemdit matrix starts moving, and that'll be the flux cores going. Good. What is left? What is left? What is left? These guys that I can start producing now. So these are next. Also, I don't have any productivity modules in any of these, so let's take care of that good stuff. If I need more of these buildings, I'll do so at that time. Blueprint. That should start. This has everything that it needs. At least it better. Wow, 6K. No. No, no, no. I'd rather not have a train. It's going to bring 6K. Yep. We've got a train coming in of that. Oh, well. But yeah, all that should be delivered. Good. That is these, which means I now have... Well, actually, I guess I have these diode cores now. So let's get these diode cores set up. I guess down here somewhere. Everything is just falling into place now with all the stuffs. Request those. Request those. And those. Yeah, I'm just glad that how I'm approaching the mod suite and just games in general helps people to get through things. Helps with the understanding of some very complicated processes. At least processes that people at first think are very complicated processes, but in actuality aren't that bad. It's like, it's not really all that bad. It's just you have to think in certain ways. Think differently about how you approach things, and take things very systematically. Take lots of notes. That's another good good tip. Take lots of notes along the way. I definitely need productivity modules to go into here, but for now, this should be okay, I guess. This will work out just fine. Yep, I've definitely got all that. You... I guess I now have the flux cores now, so I have this. Yes, the big train of all of the sodium hydroxide is arrived. Granted, the flux cores, it'll be a little bit of time before that Nenbit matrix gets produced and brought over here. Yeah, well, that's the idea with the tutorial series in particular, is to help people get started and on their way. Like, one of the, like, circuit ones, massive step forward. That, like, a lot of people who play Pyanodon's mods just feel a huge sense of accomplishment at circuit ones, and it's like that's your initial goal and barrier to get through. It's like, yes, I finally hit circuit ones, and then they look at circuit twos and they uninstall the mods. They look at circuit twos and it's like instant uninstall, and yeah, I want to try and change that. It's not as bad as it first appears. When people actually look at circuit twos and they dig down that rabbit hole, they're like, I can't. It does not compute. That I think is what a lot of people experience, is just this does not compute moment, and it's slightly irrational. And I want to try to help people along the way break it down to be a lot more manageable for folks. And it absolutely is manageable. I have all of this stuff. How much should that vacuum? Enough. I am requesting that. That's fine. I do need to bring in my industrial solvents. That's like the last main big thing that needs to come in, is that industrial solvent. Which is being made for Purple Science directly. And that, dare I say, will be that. Because outside of these two needing to exist... That's fine, they'll exist there. Doink, doink. We're good. And then eventually I'll go through and do the Circuit 3 tutorials that actually, I think, will be a bit easier than going through the Circuit 2s, because Circuit 2s, as with vanilla, is designed to be a lot of work to get to that point to get your blue science, and then things start falling into place a lot quicker going from there. So think in a vanilla playthrough how there's this big jump between green science and blue science and the amount of work that's involved. It's very similar here. It's very similar here. There is more complexity, but once you figure out how to, like, the thinking involved and learn how to approach getting into Circuit 2s, doing that same approach going into Circuit 3s and 4s will result in you actually being able to process the new information and set up the new processes a bit faster than when you did the Circuit 2s, especially if it's your first time. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And, no, we'll do that and have one here, making vacuum. Yeah, doing things in a way that they look nice And doing things in ways that are effective is not always... They're not necessarily mutually exclusive to each other, but it is far easier to do it in a way that works than it is to do it in a way that both works and looks nice. So you end up with situations that can be difficult if you don't plan ahead with the amount of scale that you're going to need. Not all layouts that look nice necessarily scale very well, which is a problem in and of itself. Ah, the gold. The glorious gold being used. Finally, a use for gold. So, industrial solvent. We have to run this logistics now. So we're up here. Industrial solvent is all the way down here. So we need to run the industrial solvent over probably to here and up, even though I'm sitting right here. There's no clean line outside of out here. How are we looking on things here? Alright, so I'm going to go up. As somewhat inefficient as this seems, going up is probably the best idea here right now to get to a common straight line. To then go south. Speaking of that common straight line is right here. Right here, so the next highway intersection is what I'll call that. Ooh, just barely. That just barely fit. This will not. Yeah, so you get to do this wonderful thing. And then the next highway intersection, we're going south. That's unfortunate. Alright. Now, one other thing is, don't, like, copy everything that I do. That's one caveat. I need to make sure that folks pay very close attention to that concept. Don't copy without understanding why I do things the way I'm doing things and the potential issues that can arise from that. Was I literally blocking my Z? Interesting. Sometimes I make decisions that are not the best decisions. That just happens on occasion. Not all decisions are the best decisions. Some decisions are made because it's the best decision for a specific situation that is very specific to the map that I'm currently playing, that does not apply across the board. That type of stuff. So always question things before committing. Really? You know what? Die. Just die. Alright, we're here. We have arrived. Yes, I make it more difficult for people. Well, I only just recently started allowing people to access blueprints that I use for that very reason. It's like, I'd rather you sort of understand the process of these designs, why they work, not necessarily, here you go, here's a thing. If you understand the reason why something works, and you know the specific things that you need to build, then you can design whatever design you want as long as the effect is just as long as it ends up with the desirable effect, right? What you build will be unique to your factory, unique to whatever design you're trying to go for. For reference, you can access the blueprints if you join my Discord. That is the solution I have gone with. It's like, if you are going to want to just copy paste some blueprints from me, I'm not doing any of the blueprints that are in the tutorial unless I've used them in this save file. They're only really blueprints from this save file that I've been using, that I've explained already. A, and then B, it's not an exhaustive list. Right now it's just these set of blueprints, which is like something simple for sand, for example, and like stuff that you can't even use until after you get to Circuit 3s, or Circuit 2s. You can't even use most of these until you get to Circuit 2s. Now, small parts, this one is probably the one that has the most value in this entire set of blueprints. My small parts blueprint is probably the most desired, or the most valuable here, because that's, yeah, that is a design of my own creation. I made this one. It's very convenient and nice for small parts, but the one that I'm giving you is just the assembling machines, not the automated factories. You can do the same thing with automated factories. It's just slightly bigger. Like, a lot of the utility of some of these, it's like, well, good luck. Here's my grid blueprints if you want to copy the type of grid that I'm using. Something for CO2 production, something for processing coal into coal gas and tar. This one is the tar variant. Of course, plenty for mushrooms. Like, here's just a grid of mushrooms. Here, this particular one that I'm hovering over right now doesn't have any of the water supply, so you'll have to water supply them. Yeah. And then the 2x2 fiber and urea for rayon. It's like, well, there is an error in this one, for one, that you have to fix, that I point out. I've pointed out the error in this one that needs to be fixed, with some of the belt, and the kick alkaline. But things like high grade titanium. This is a double grid, a 2x2, two 2x2s next to each other on this titanium that I just am using now. Again, I think I might have done some modifications to that, as well as the zinc. It's like, these two, you're not going to do these until you have blue science. And it's like, well, if you've gotten to blue science, you probably have the basics by then. You probably understand the basics by then. Oh, hey, we have processors. Oh, hey, we have processors. Guess what it's time for? Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I right-click that one, and then left-click this. Oh, gosh. Yeah, so for reference, there's a limit to how many items you can request from a logistics request. We're cutting it close here on these Circuit 3s. Oh boy. Yep. It's can I say it? Can I say it? It's happening. It's happening. We just have to wait for all the logistics to happen. But it's happening. Oh my goodness. The thing is happening. Do we have... Yes, these are moving. They moveth! The thing is moveth. I haven't actually calculated how many of the thingies I need on those. Yeah, these are moving. These high flux cores, what are you waiting on? It's waiting on these, most likely. High flux cores. Where'd I put those again? Here. It's moving. Non-zero high flux cores. The one thing I'm worried about here is the Circuit 2 request, actually. It's the Circuit Board 2s that are going to be the problem. We're delivering the solder, the gold, the optical fiber, and the microchips via my Logibots, but you can see there's no Circuit 2s on that list of things that they are delivering. We've got resistor 3s, processors, capacitor 3s, SMD diodes, inductor 3s, mounted circuit substrate. Gold plates are here. Solder, microchips, optical fiber, and circuit boards were already made elsewhere, and they are arriving shortly. Let's help that, shall we? Oh. Yeah, let's get rid of some of this stuff taking up space in my inventory. Yeah, let's help that. Granted, chances are by the time I go down and grab some Circuit 2s that we might have already had it delivered, but I'll take that chance. I'll take that chance. So, as Twitch subs, I have one emote right now. Just one. And, we're about to hit the moment in time where it will be pertinent to use. It's just about that time where it's pertinent to use this. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Pertinent to use that one. I think the limit is, I think I put the limit as 25 emotes in one chat, so let's not go over that much. I forget exactly what the upper end of my limit is on my moderator bot, but you can put a few once we do get the non-zero amounts of Circuit 3s, because it's about to happen. I'm going to steal from, like, these guys, yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I'll take those. You can choose, you can, like, not have that many stored at once. That would be great. That would be fantastic, DDC2s. Yeah, that'd be fantastic to not have this many things stored at once. It's like, that is a lot of modules. Or, yeah, a lot of modules I could be using. For reference, I'm short by 2,100 on the efficiency modules. I'm short by over 700 speed modules, and by over 100 productivity modules right now. That's the, and that's what the alerts are telling me about right now. On how many modules are required to fill all the current requests. Yes, ready for that party on Circuit 3s. It's definitely about that time. We shall see if we have any by the time I get back, and if we don't, well, I've got the circuits that they will be needing. So, what are Circuit 3s? What does this do for us? Oh boy. My thought is... Ahem. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. We can finally have exoskeletons. Finally, we can have exoskeletons. Take these. It's moving. It's alive! Oh, you're moving faster because you don't have the productivity modules yet. It's happening! It's non-zero. I was a split second too late there. Print screen, non-zero. What is oh, right. Yeah, non-zero Circuit 3s. I think I have a few, boxes down here that are requesting Mark III stuff. I actually don't know. So they're going somewhere. Circuit 3 board. Oh, they're not called circuit board 3s. Right, they are called processing units. Of course, they're not going to be listed because they're all being used. So yeah, circuit 3s. Circuit 3s, they exist. They exist. They exist. We has them. What am I going to do for the next 13 minutes? I have no idea. I got no clue. Hey, mine. Give me back those, thanks. I have no idea what I'm going to do for 13 minutes. Probably just sit here and collect circuit boards so I can make some power armor and such. Because I absolutely want power armor because A, it's power armor, and that's inventory space, and B, I want my legs. Hey, thank you so much for the cheer. Yeah, excellent. GG. Yeah, Circuit 3s are a go. Circuit 3s are a go. Like, do you know how few people have ever gotten to Circuit 3s? Do you know how few people have ever gotten to Circuit 2s, let alone to Circuit 3s? Like, this is the thing, especially like recorded like this. That one of an incredible few amount of people who have ever gotten this far. You, mine. Alright, well that's enough for the power armor. I need at least another 10 on the thingies. People have completed Pi mods. I'm uncertain how many have completed the Pi Suite with the current full set of the various pieces of it. All of the current ones. So with petroleum handling, high-tech, etc. Fusion, high-tech, industry, raw ores, all that good stuff. But I know that people have completed it. I probably want more than one exoskeleton, by the way. Probably want more than one, and probably will need some better methods of producing power to power all of this, but anyway. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Make me things! Who will finish first between these two? They are identical on their animation. Ooh, we're about to, productivity tick. Productivity ticks are amazing. Come on, give me stuff. Stuff and things. No! Mine! No! Alright. I'm good. I'll let them do their thing now. Deliver to the requests. I have no idea exactly what is actually requesting Circuit 3s right now. I'm trying to think. It's likely just some rogue boxes of, stuff where I had set up Mark 3s, buildings in my mall, I think. That has to be it at this point, so let's go pick up some, electric engine units. And steel. That sounds like a plan. Note, you do not get access to portable fusion generators anytime soon. Yeah, you sort of need utility science. You sort of need utility science, even though these are low-density structures and circuit board 3s. Like, you have all of the techs here to get to portable fusion reactors, but it's utility science. Oh, speaking of which, we're about to have an extra cargo slot on all our bots. Very shortly. We're about to have another cargo slot. Which comes in handy. Our current robots... Oh. Well, that happened. Let's actually start unlocking our level 3 modules. Now, this is the same amount of tech as before. Interesting. So the recipes for the level 2 and the level 3 modules are the same, and they both are circuit 3s. They're both circuit 3s, aka processing units. I guess I could instead just request my electric engine units, right? So yeah, I'd have to like go through and try to find what buildings have the recipes enabled here on the requests. I guess I can do this from the map. Try to see, hey, this box has circuit 3s in it. Because I honestly don't... Oh, it might be you. It's you! Aha! That was... Well, that was, easy find. That was quick to find that. It's Turbine 3s. It's my Turbine Generator Mark 3s. Yeah, that's what's requesting Circuit Board 3s right now, is, turbines. But, they're going to need special small parts as well, and that's going to need, super alloy, which I'm not currently making. I probably could make it, but I'm not making it immediately. They brought me those, so that means if I have some steel, right, no steel is going to be on its way, so I have to actually request steel. Yeah, I actually have to request steel. It's delivered from my high-grade iron processing. However, I should have what I need now. Oh, right, steel for both of those. Okay, sure. Once I get steel, I will have that. What I'll do is I will take all that out. Oh, I can't believe it. We actually have finally gotten to Circuit 3s. What is the next steps from here, though? Oh, gosh. Definitely Super Alloy and Special Small Parts. Like, that's... Special Small Parts is, like, the next mission for me, I think. I also need to set up molybdenum mining because I need more Cermet, which means I need the drilling fluid 3. So that's like the next big thing is I need to set up for drilling fluid 3. That's relatively simple, actually. It's relatively simple, especially since I have like metric F tons of chromium to feed into that. So that will be fine. I've got gasoline to feed into the actual ground boring of molybdenum, so I'm not worried about that either. I need to do some additional nickel, and then I'll have the nickel and molybdenum for the Cermets, for the crude Cermets, and the rest of the stuff for the actual Cermets after crude is very simple as well. So I think I can now make me some beautiful power armor, as well as a beautiful exoskeleton. Needs more, needs more of those, thanks. I would like more than one of these. So, power armor. I have a whole new row of inventory space. Glorious. It's happened. We have actual power armor now. Wow. Actual power armor. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Actual power armor. I'm going to need a lot more of these. I'm going to need a lot more of these solar panels. 300 kilowatts. That's 201 and 100. 200, 100 when I'm standing on the thing. I think it's actually good. What about you? Do I actually have the recipe for LDS? I do. Ha, of course. Super alloy. Yeah, so low density structure will be super alloy, and then I could do things like make Mark II batteries. Because then I'd be able to make LDS as soon as I have the super alloy. Seems I've been able to make that the entire time. Ah, it's crazy that I managed to do this without any trains. Yeah, hence the reason why we are now naming this series Pyanodon's Off the Rails. That is why this series is named Off the Rails, because it is crazy what I'm doing, and I'm doing it without any rails or trains for those rails. That and the implication that Pyanodon is actually insane. So, yeah, I like that title. It took 90 episodes to come up with that title. So, hope folks enjoy. Please don't hold 70 of these, like, please don't. Yeah, I just came up with the name of this today. Like, this morning. I'm like, huh. It just, like, popped into my head. But anyway, it's about that time to end things off for the day, folks. I've finally gotten the first exoskeleton. Let's make another. Let's absolutely make another to have another, and then I'll like make. Oh, that's so much better. Oh my gosh, that's so much better. As long as I have the energy for it, so I will need definitely to make additional portable solar panels. I will go ahead and I will do that off screen. That's circuit 2s and solar panels. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I don't even know why I'm not just straight up automating them. I should just straight up automate them. you make these here out of stuff. Make like 2 stacks. What's the stack size again? 20. Okay, 1 stack. That's all I need. 1 stack. Do the thing. Question? Nope. No is the answer. Resounding nope. Not that many, please. All that. It'll be limited by circuit 2s, but I don't care. With that, of course, what did we get done today? Circuit board 3s. That is what got done today. Circuit 3s. In a non-zero amounts, beautiful circuit 3s. Technically, they're named processing units because they replace, these are the replacement for blue circuits. So, grand scheme, thinking in vanilla terms, these are our blue circuits. And there's still one more level above this of circuits, and that will be the intelligent units. The intelligent units, I still think that those should actually be called intelligence units, not intelligent units. Needs to end with a CE there. Yeah, those will be circuit 4s. I'm going to call them circuit 4s because that's effectively what they are, but they are technically called intelligent units. These will require circuit board 3s, as well as printed circuit substrate 4s, which are made out of the mounted circuit substrates that we're using for circuit board 3s, and a whole bunch of other things. More optical fiber, more stuffs, condo processors, fault current inductors. Yeah, this is getting into the real, truly high-tech stuff. And, yeah, that's going to be another mission in and of itself, but not a mission that we are going to do anytime remotely soon, probably several weeks from now, because the next thing that is on the agenda, now that we have circuit 3s, as the kitty decides he wants to join me, as the kitty decides that he wants to join me, hello, want to say hi? Not really, no. Not really. All in shadow. Yeah, you wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? Hi, my baby? Yeah. He doesn't really care so much for being held. So, next thing on the agenda, as I was saying just a few minutes ago, is to get into... well, we have several things. We need to get to super alloy for special small parts, as well as get into additional circuit 2s, because I am choking on my circuit 2s. And we need to start mining molybdenum for Cermet in particular, but we also need to do that mining of the molybdenum so that I have more molybdenum for more molybdenum trioxide for super alloy. Like, that's going to be part of our super alloy chain, is getting more molybdenum for all of that. And once we have that, then we actually get access to the absolutely amazing item that is the turbine Mark IIIs. Once we get those special small parts, we'll have the access to the turbine 3s, and then power generation will go up again, a big spike in a potential power generation for free, basically. But yeah, that will be coming up over the next, I don't know, week, 2 weeks or so. As today is Tuesday, the next stream is going to be Morrowind on Thursday. Thursday will be the weekly Morrowind stream. I will be back with more Pyanodon's mods on Sunday. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. As well as head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat. Visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat, as well as join my Discord server. The links for all of these things are in the description below. If you're watching live on Twitch, it is !Discord in the chat to get access to the link for the invite link for Discord. Next time, later today will be the tutorial for rayon and batteries. On Thursday, it will be going into the molybdenum processing chain. And then on Sunday, it should be, I guess, the rare earth oxide processing chain. So I hope to see you all for the next tutorials, and I hope to see you all for my next stream, and I will see you all then.